In today's instalment, the finger makes one final appearance. Edge across here has been flatted back. We see a man lift a boot lid, and I say goodbye to the local wildlife. I'm not going to miss these seagulls at all. Hello and welcome to Craig on Cars and the final instalment in Project Rust. That's the bodywork restoration project going on in that workshop behind me on my 1997 BMW E31 8 Series. In the last instalment, we decided that to go all in on the car, take the front end off it, look for any further rust on the front end and repaint the whole vehicle. If you haven't seen that instalment or earlier ones, go and check them out. I'll include the link above and in the description below. So the big question is, did we find any more rust? Well, let's get inside and find out. As we can see, the car is now out of the paint booth and the disassembly of the front end has been completed. We can see all the pieces laid out in front of the car. Pleased to report that everything has come apart without a struggle, nothing has broken, so that's really good news. Even more good news is that having inspected the front end of the car, there's no signs of rust on either of the front wings or across the front. So the only work that needs to be done here is now on the front lip of the bonnet. We did see just in this area here in an earlier instalment that there was just a very minor sign of spider webbing or bubbling. So that is now going to be addressed, because what we're also going to do with the full respray of the car is go across the bonnet and just remedy any stone chips that are there. So that's going to be done. That's really good. So really it's just a case of the preparation that needs to go in to these pieces for the paint work to be done. If we can have a quick look at the pieces themselves. What I'm going to be doing in the days ahead is popping up one evening and things like the FTP lights here. These are the lights that sit within the bumper itself. I'm going to give them a good clean, and there's a few areas of the car as well that I'll go around with a detailing brush and give them a good clean. So you know, all these areas around here and the wheel liners and things, I'm going to give all that a good clean, so that when the car gets back together it's all in tip-top condition and satisfies my OCD. Over the past few weeks there hasn't really been much forward momentum on the project, primarily to staffing shortages, but having popped in today, I've been pleasantly surprised to see there's been some forward momentum, particularly at the rear end of the car. So I just wanted to capture that quickly for you now. And if we go closer, we've got new paint in the spare wheel well, and the first thing that stands out to me is just the richness and the deepness of the colour, perhaps emphasised more so because this rear edge across here has been flatted back, ready for that to be painted. So that's like a matte finish, and of course that's brand new paint. Now they do want to just flat that back a bit more and put one more coat on, because there's a few tiny imperfections which I appreciate you guys won't be able to see. On the outside underneath, that's all been sealed and stone chipped and sprayed, and although you won't be able to see it on this side because it's behind the paper, the same has been done under the rear arch. And now over the next few days, the sills underneath the sills, they're also going to be painted. That's the same on this side. What I might be able to show you, you might not be able to see very well, is just behind the paper on this side, in that rear arch, that's all been stone chipped and painted, as you can see. So yes, the next step over the next few days is going to be finishing off the sills and the door shuts, and then next week, by all accounts, they're going to be making a start on the bodywork of the car itself. As if by magic, here it is, the finished product, and boy, how grand does it look. The finish has far exceeded my expectations. It's been 1 year and 1 day exactly since I first dropped the car off here at Auto Resto for what I thought at the time was going to be no more than a 6-week project to address a little bit of rust in front of the rear arches and at the top of the A-pillar. How green and naive I was. You guys have joined me for the journey as we've seen the project snowball. For various reasons, it hasn't been possible to film the end of the project inside the workshop and see the car come back together. So I'm going to hand over now to voiceover Craig, and we'll have a look in more detail at the car and the work that's been done. I'm not going to miss these seagulls at all. Let's start in the engine bay. There's been no mechanical work done in this project, but a sympathetic clean under the hood and everything's looking great. In the boot we've got new rubber seals all around, and the CD changer is now correctly fitted. There's a new filler cap for the screen wash reservoir, and I'm convinced this is where there was water getting in before. And we've managed to save the original factory sticker. Under the carpet we can see the spare wheel and a glint at the new paint. In the boot lid I've sourced a new light that had been missing. There's no more rust hiding behind the passenger door trim, and there's also new seals here too. Both doors have had all the rust removed and are now looking perfect. All rubber seals have been treated with gummy flage to keep them supple. On the front end the bumper looks great with its new paint, and we've corrected the kidney grills to the correct position. They're still original. Along the top edge, new washers make this hidden area factory fresh. The bonnet or the hood looks perfect, and I'm so glad we decided to do the front end of the car too. Up on the roof we've got a completely new panel and sunroof, direct from BMW. There's no more rust hidden under there. We've also refurbished the black weather strips, so they're no longer available from BMW. As for the A-pillar, this looks fantastic, and there's no more rust here either. Underneath the car, the jacking points have been rebuilt, and we've also had the wheels fully refurbished and diamond cut just like they would have been from factory. On the back end, hidden behind the bumper, are refurbished impact bars and brackets, and all the hardware, they've all been powder coated, and underneath has been sealed, stone chipped and painted too. Finishing touches include new badges and lettering, and there's new seals for the rear lights as well. All the rust has been cut out around the rear arches, as well as the corrosion that was hidden behind them. All of the black door trim that we can see along the side of the car, that's original. There's no work done to the leather interior at all, but we've taken the opportunity to have the headlining redone in jet black Milano material to stay true to the factory spec as best as we could, with this car being a sport model. A new windscreen on the front has also been fitted, and as a finishing touch I've treated the car to brand new dealer reproduction plates, even sporting the exact postcode shown on the original sales invoice. The devil's in the detail. The end result is a car that today must be surely one of the best E31s in the country, cosmetically at least, and I can't wait to get it to shows in 2022 and enjoy it out on the road. Thank you to all of you for following the project, and I'll be back with more content on the car along with others very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe.